The first epistle of John, Love Not the World, Lesson 6. Introduction 1. There is one sense of love in which we are not to have love at all. Do not love the world, or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. 1 John 2, verse 15. 2. A very simple imperative is therefore given to us. Love not the world. A. But do we understand the meaning of this command? B. Do we appreciate the importance of this command? 3. In this study, I hope to A. Share some light on what John is saying. B. Provide some motivation to seriously heed what he commands in this passage. Because of what the world is. A. The world in this passage, 1, is not the physical world. A. God's creation, Genesis 1, verse 1. B. For it is very good, Genesis 1, verse 31. 2. It is not the human world. A. Mankind. B. Indeed, God himself loves the world of men, John 3, verse 16. 3. Rather, it is the world of sin, the world of evil. A. The sphere in which sin, evil, and Satan dominates. B. Just as the phrase the world of sports describes the dominion in which sports dominates, so this world is one in which sin dominates. B. 3 things in particular make up this world. 1. The lust of the flesh. A. This phrase refers to unbridled desires of the flesh. Galatians 5, verse 19 through 21. B. Note that these desires can be expressed both sexually, fornication, adultery. 2. Socially, hatred, jealousy. 2. The lust of the eyes. A. This refers to the unlawful longing for things which we can see. B. It can be summed up in one word, confortuiteness. C. A modern day expression could be materialism. D. How serious is this? Consider Ephesians 5, verse 5 through 7, and Galatians 3, 5 through 7. 3. The pride of life. A. This includes pride based upon such things as 1. Age. 2. Experience. 3. Ancestry. 4. Past occupations. 5. Money, possession, power. B. The following of trusting in which things is seen in 1 Corinthians 1, verse 26 through 31. C. A few passing observations. 1. Each of these 3 things often strike harder at different times in our life. A. The young are most often affected by the lust of the flesh. B. The middle-aged are usually affected by the lust of the eyes. C. The aged are likely to be plagued with the pride of life. 2. There seems to be a tendency to consider one more serious than the other. A. We seem more concerned about sin involving the lust of the flesh than sin in the other categories. 1. Which is worse, fornication or covetousness? 2. Which do we consider more serious, adultery or jealousy? B. If we are not careful, 1. While fighting strongly against immortality. 2. Materialism and pride may sneak in at the back door. Whether it be immortality, materialism, or pride, it is still part of the world. We are not to love. But why? We have noticed other passages which say why we shouldn't. Galatians 5, verse 19 through 21. Because of what loving the world does. A. It makes it impossible to love the Father. 1. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. A. I understand the love of the Father means love for the Father. B. Instead of the Father's love for us, for he loves us even as sinners. Romans 5, verse 8. 2. John is not the only person to say that if we love the world, we cannot love God. A. James taught that fellowship with the world is enmity with God. James 4 verse 4. B. Jesus said that we cannot serve two masters. Matthew 6 verse 24. 3. Our sinful pride may rebel against this thought, but we simply are not able to love the world and God at the same time. B. To see why it's defined, the love of the Father. 1. What does it really mean for me to love the Father? 2. According to John, it means that I keep his commandments. 1 John 5 verse 3. 3. To this Jesus agrees. John 14 verse 15, verse 21, and John 15 verse 10. C. If we love the world, we cannot keep God's commandments. 1. If you are driven by the lust of the flesh, A. To commit fornication or adultery, etc. B. Then you can't keep God's command not to defraud your brother. 1 Thessalonians 4 verses 3 through 6. 2. If you are overcome by lust of the eyes, A. So that you always want more and to hold on to what you have. B. Then you won't keep God's command to help the needy. 1 John 3 verses 16 through 17. 3. If you are filled with the pride of life, A. So that you consider yourself more important than others. B. You will not keep the command to imitate Christ. Philippians 2 verse 3 through 5. So it is impossible to faithfully serve God and Jesus, thereby showing our love for them, if we allow ourselves to love the world. Because of where the world is going. A. The world is passing away. 1. This is true in regards to our individual lives. 1 Peter 1 verse 24. James 4 verse 13 through 14. 2. It is also true concerning everything that we leave behind. 2 Peter 3 verse 10. B. In contrast, he who does the will of God abides forever. 1. This is because he will be blessed to enter the heavenly kingdom. Matthew 7 verse 21. 2. Even his works will follow with him. Revelations 14 verse 13. Conclusion. 1. Isn't this what we all want? To one day hear these wonderful words? Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of our Lord. Matthew 25 verse 21. 2. Even if we could gain the whole world in this lifetime, A. Is it worth it? Matthew 16 verse 26. B. Yet most people are selling their souls to the devil and this world for a whole lot less. 3. Let's give serious heed to John's admonition and make sure that our affection is in the right place, loving the Father by keeping his commandments. The first epistle of John, Love Not the World, Lesson 6, the end.